So the Dirty Kansas is 202 miles of gravel riding, 4,000 meters of climbing, and it's basically unsupported. Like, there's 3 checkpoints that you can have somebody meet you at, but it's not supported by the race organization. You also have to route find, and there's no loop on the course. It's one continuous path. It's not like you do 5 loops of 20 miles. That's not the right math. But it's 200 new miles of trail, and you end up where you start. I set my heart on this a year ago. Actually, it was about a year ago. I heard about it in the fall, and I just had shoulder surgery in the summertime, and so I wanted to set myself I want to do this race. I really want to do this race. That was actually why I signed up with I do the private training with Corey. And that was why I signed up for the extra coaching with him, is because I knew that this race was bigger than anything I had looked at before, even thought about doing before. You look at the finishing times, and it's like 12 to 24 hours. Pretty big variety in finishing times, and only up until this year, the max percentage of people that have finished was 30% of the people that started on that start line of 2,000 finished that race. So I knew it was a big one. Corey got me ready for it. He absolutely made me bulletproof for it. The race was May 31st, so it's early. We're barely on the road out here. I did a number of training camps last year. I actually went to Kansas to do a training camp. So I've never been to Kansas, and I went twice last year. And that race is definitely the hardest thing I've ever done. Around 8 hours, it stopped being fun.
Took that long to stop being fun.
But until the 8 hours, it was just an amazing race. I came in the strongest and the fittest that I've ever been, for sure, hands down. It was absolutely amazing. The first 2 legs of the race, they were pretty equally split. They were amazing. I had an absolutely phenomenal pace. I was on track to blow away my estimated time by 45 minutes or an hour. The third leg, you kind of hit that 38-degree, 40-degree heat. I've been on the bike for 10 hours at that point in time, and I started to feel just awful. And you got your nose looking at your front wheel, and people that are riding by me are asking me "Oh, you okay? You okay?" And all of a sudden I realized that they were asking me because I did not look like I was okay. I looked like I might just fall off my bike. But everything in this world is temporary, including feeling like shit. You can beat that out. Including feeling awful. So you just keep eating and you keep drinking. And I made it to the 3rd checkpoint. And my mom came down with me, and she was my support. She basically caught me coming off my bike, and I just said, I need to sit. I said, I'm going to keep going, but I need to sit. And I sat there. I didn't even really eat or drink at that. She tried to force as much food and water as she could on me. But didn't really eat or drink that much, but I just sat for probably 45 minutes. And then I got back on my bike, got out of there. So at that point, you only have, and it's funny because in retrospect, you're I had 80K left. But I was I have 1/4 left of the race. It's 50 miles. It's actually in the 50-mile leg, the last one, I'd actually ridden it at the training camp. So I knew what to expect. I knew how long I was going to be in the headwind. I knew how long I was going to have a little bit of a tailwind. And then I knew how much was actually, thank God, off the gravel and on road at the end. By that point, it's so crazy. I couldn't hold a water bottle because my nerves were so bad from how rough the roads were. So I took a Camelback because I couldn't pick the water bottle up. You just pray you're not going to get a flat tire, because I couldn't change it. I'd have to call to get picked up, because there's no way I could get a tire lever out, let alone change the tire. But I had no mechanical issues. Nothing went wrong. And I remember looking at my Garmin, which lasted 15 hours and 32 minutes. It gave me the low battery sign right around 199 miles. And I remember looking down at it and thinking, holy shit, I might actually make it. Might actually make it. Cross the finish line. Said, I think I'm going to cry. I'm too tired to cry. It was pretty, it was definitely the hardest. Not the most fun.
That's
but definitely the hardest. It was a pretty big day.
I imagine.
No matter what, TCR will make you better. I know big adventures and I like big racing and big rides and stuff like that. But with TCR, it doesn't matter what level you're at or how you ride, they're going to make you better. And I think riding is all about enjoying it. It's not about riding at a really high level. It's about riding at your level, kind of the best that you can be. I'm definitely a person, I like to work on things and I like to improve things. And TCR will always help you improve. So the riding is never static and you're never just staying the same, but you're always improving and changing and looking forward. But it definitely, I think it's good for everybody. That your friends have, buy the bike you're going to ride. Too often you'll end up, and like this happened to me, like all my friends at one point had these great big mountain bikes, these enduro, they call them enduro mountain bikes, you know, big travel in the front, big travel in the back. And here I've got this little tiny cross-country bike with like, you know, an inch of travel in the front and the back. And yeah, I was faster than them climbing up the hills, but oh my god, just got left in the dust on the way down. And it's not that fun. Like I wanted to ride what my friends were riding. So if the group of people, your social circle, or the circle that you want to get in with, because I know some people might not know anyone that bikes, figure out who those people are that you want to kind of be around and hang out with. Yeah, and then get the bike that they've got.